Mills, this is your video of your October 12th, 2025 lesson. Well, first of all, let me show you the swing that we started with. Okay. I just play it through here a few times. Okay, so you've got a system that works really well. Okay, you're a 6-7 handicap, and you're in the 70s. You're in the upper, 12% of your age group, something like that. And so you've got an entire system built around a very repeatable swing. Now, the gift that you have is you've got club head speed. Now, you're not going to lose that as you age. If you're going to lose it because of age, you would have lost it by now. So your club head speed, I'm guessing it's maybe low 90s, something like that. But it's quick enough. Okay. So now, very very efficient swing, and it's repeatable. Most importantly, okay. Now, there are a couple things that if it were my swing and I had the resources and the time, I would fix. Now, let me identify what these things are, and interrelated. Okay, and then we'll backtrack and decide how difficult it is to change. The number one thing is the left knee movement. Okay, so on the takeaway, you got the left knee jet past the toe line. You can run a truck through between the two knees like that. And you get to the top. This is a good top position. It's kind of laid off. Hands are nice and high. Your air, the armpit, all that's pretty good. Now, but what happens when that knee goes far out, the hip socket ends up here, and that's close to your toe. And then what happens in your case, now the pros that get close to the toe line, the first move back is they jam that knee, left knee back immediately, that goes right to the left post, and they push off the left toe, and that hip socket back where it should. And so, I'll show an example. And no has that, by the way. Okay, now you've got this hip socket out in the way. Now, if you're going to rotate your hips, you're going to rotate around the belt and belt buckle. The right hip will swing this way and get out close to the ball. So the right hip socket is here. Now, watch as you get close to hitting. This is just past impact, and here's the hips. Here's the hip socket. So you're and sure. If you got the hip closer to the ball, then your butt's coming away from the back. In this case, it's like 4 inches, 3 to 4. Okay, so that's all the of what's going on, and that's a cause of early extension, because if you kept this spine angle the way it was, and your butt comes away from the ball, you're going to fall on your face. So what happens is you lose your spine just so you don't fall forward. Okay, that's the essence of the early extension. But which comes first? The butt against the... Here's the deal. The butts come away from the back because both hip sockets are that distance to the ball. Instead of rotating the hips around your belt buckle from dress position, your belt buckle 4 inches closer to the ball, and butts are way closer to the ball. That makes sense. Okay. So thing. So 2 is that is now your hands go, there's depth here. Okay, so here's some depth here. Okay, that's what the pros are having it close to their ankle bone, but your hands go. You kind of that left shoulder. See that shoulder comes early, and then first at the top. It's not bad. Next is when that is parallel to the ground. Those hands should overlap the bicep. And then the next one, more important and easier, when your hands get, this is where you screw things up. Okay, I'll give you this. Okay, third problem area is, and it's caused by the other two problems, is your butt comes away from the back wall at impact. That's like 4 inches. Okay. Here's Billy Herschel on the right. Okay. So let's look at the knee issues. Okay. So this angle's a little bit off. It looks like his stance is a little open. He's probably going to work on a cut here, but. So that left knee gets close to the toe line, but doesn't get over it. Okay, but even it's in a better position, and there's no gap between the two knees. So the first thing he does is he just rockets the thing back. So his knees are well away. Both are well away from the toe line, and his hands are chest high. And then, so he's pushing off the left toe, jamming. See that left hip is way back, and then for you, this right knee goes towards the target, and that cements that hip going back, and yours does not even come close to going to the target. So it goes here. Now you get it back out the toe line. So it just distorts the whole thing. So that's, like, no pro has the left knee jetting out past the toe line. And if they do, they have a world-class movement to push the left knee and hip socket back to where it belongs. You see, he's in a perfect position at the top. Hands get, left arm is parallel to the ground. His hands are over the bicep, on his forearm, and then the club head is slightly behind his hands. You can't see it, it's a blur. Little restraining thing. This is a swing we came up to. Good spot at the top, pretty good spot here. Knee's not quite as bad. It's clubs on your forearm right here, so you could play with that swing.